As a game master, one of the things that I learned in pen and paper sessions is that time limits totally work. Like, as soon as you tell everybody at the table that in 30 minutes you better figure out a way out of this locked room or everyone's going to die, suddenly everyone's really focused and the adrenaline level goes up. They start, struggling with the puzzles in the room, and you can see the energy level in the room rising. As a game master and entertainer, you absolutely want to be able to create that kind of emotion, and time limits are one of the best ways to do that. However, what we've noticed in computer games is you have to find a way to design time limits as a mechanism without being incredibly punishing to the player. So for example, in Fallout 1, you had a certain time limit before, like you could retrieve the water chip, bring it back to your home and save everybody there, or else the game would be over. That is a very punishing time limit for a game that's supposed to be, to an extent, about exploration, and people did not respond well to it. So the question becomes, well, how do you instill that sense of urgency in a player without making it punishing for them? And I think System Shock 2 did a really good job with this, where they're like, you know what, we're going to instill a sense of urgency for your character, but we're going to do a few things with it. First off, we're going to have it attached to your inventory items. And what they had in that game was these special implants that would power you up for a certain period of time that were actually very, very helpful. So what you'd do is you'd go through the environment, your implants would have a certain charge, time limit associated with them. So you felt that sense of urgency where you're like, well, my strength implant's about to run out. I should probably go get it recharged, but maybe I can make it a little bit farther, or I'm not really sure where the recharging station is. But it allowed the player to reset the time limit. It didn't end the game once the time limit was over, but it still gave you that sense of urgency and sort of anxiety as you're going through the environment, which I think worked really well. So it's a matter of a game designer's job to sort of find that good middle ground between, well, I think this mechanic will work with the players, but how do I balance it so they're still having fun and it still complements the game experience? And that's kind of the tricky road that you have to walk as a game designer.